Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. And it's a TGIF, folks. So let's make it a great weekend. And many of you are going to have a long weekend. We don't, but markets open on Monday. Let's take a look at one of the 4 agreements. To begin a great relationship, know what you want. Know what the needs of your body are, what the needs of your mind are, and what fits well with you. There are millions of men and women, and some will make a good match for you, and others won't. The two of you only need to be like a key in a lock, a match that fits. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 34, NASDAQ down 13, S&P's off 2.5, gold contract down $12.90, trading at $1,783 an ounce. Silver off 49 cents at $34.61 an ounce. Platinum down 14 at $1,704 an ounce. Copper down 2.5 pennies, trading out at $3.75 a pound. Light sweet crude down $1.75 at $89.96 a barrel. Bonds down 1.5 trading out at 147.16. King dollar up 20 ticks, and that's quite a struggle for King dollar, folks. King dollar rejected lows once again on the daily, rejected lows on the weekly, have lighter volume on the weekly. Bottom line, King dollar wants to get into higher price. We're at 79.44. Euro down up 11 ticks at 130.29, and the yen up 17 ticks, trading out at 78.66. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? Now, in the world of the S&Ps, what do we have? Okay. We are at 1458. And we got to the 1461 area. It couldn't hold it. And you went up there, and guess what? We tested that good old shooting star that was up there from the high that was generated on the 14th. And we closed, let's see this, the 25th. So we get 500, we probably have 600 million at this point. Let's see what she's got. Okay, so she has 600 million, and she's going into SPX. Bottom line, she gets over the highs, close underneath them, has lighter volume. That's a failure. That's how it's shaking and baking. So what does that say? Okay, so that says now, can't bust it up. What is it going to try to do? Bust it down. Now, as we've come down, when we came down on the 26th of September, guess what? We didn't have enough volume on the way down. We'll see what ends up happening next week. That's your S&Ps. We look at the Dow Industrials, the same type of setup in the Dow Industrials. Dow Industrials got to a price point of 13,661 and got over the highs, closed at the 13,610, has lighter volume, failed at that high. NASDAQ Composite. We take a look at the composite. Now, the composite never made the highs. So the composite was testing the downdraft from the 25th. September 25th, that's where we had come from 31.76, and we got down to 31.17. So your correlation there is that we go back and say, okay, tell me what we were doing on the 25th of September. So the 25th of... So the 25th of September, that's what we did. We went up there with 1.59 billion. We were testing the 1.9 billion, failed with 400 million less, pulled back down the other side. That's also a failure. Gold contract. Now, gold has been screaming out there, folks, and it's been screaming that, listen, it just can't handle it. Went topside again today, couldn't handle it again today. Now, what it hasn't done, in order for gold to back down more, which I expect it's going to, you still need a close under 1775. And right now we're at 1783.40. We've been up here for 3 weeks. Each and every time, it can't handle higher price. That's what's going on. Bonds. We go over to the bond market. Bonds are down 1.5 points out here today. Guess what? Not enough juice on the way down. You did 366,000 contracts while you're going into 500,000 contracts. Bonds are going to need a lot more juice on the way down in order to basically break down. Dollar index, what we have with the dollar index, what she did out here, she rejected lower price, did it with lighter volume. We did 17,000 contracts. That 17,000 contracts was coming against 36,000 contracts. That's how that's set up. She traded right inside the higher range also. So the dollar index still can be a small ABC structure on the way up. What we haven't got in the dollar index is wide price spread accelerated volume on the way up. We have not got that thus far. The best day that it had thus far that you could get some price spread in it was the 28th of September. That's when we went up about, let's see, 80, we were at 7, yeah, we went up only about a half a point. I'd like to see a full point with the wide price spread. Let's go over to beautiful Apple. Why Apple? Because Apple, inside the NDX, folks, is the screamer. So, what do we have with Apple? Okay. Apple comes down today. The low that was generated on Tuesday was 650.65. We had come down there with 22 million shares. Guess what? We come down there today with 20 million shares. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to try to jump the creek. And the first place that it should, basically get some support is that area of 644. 644, as it went up, that's when it busted up. Now, what that also is, if you come into that area next week with volume, that is saying that, guess what? There's a false break topside over that area, and the way you'd be able to tell if it's a false break is that you have an expansion of volume as you get into that 644. If you get into the 644 with about 25 million shares, that is saying, bottom line, that was a false break topside, and it'll not only slice through that area, it'll slice through it very quickly, and it will get into 561. That's how that baby is set up. Let's take a look at some of the high-volume stocks in a low-volume market. You had Bank of America down 9. Zynga's getting killed. Amazing. Zynga's down 33 cents. I think that busted out to new lows. I'll check that out in a few minutes. Hewlett Packard, don't touch Hewlett Packard. That thing is toast. That was down 21 cents. Facebook, that's going to 13. That's at 10. I was down 104 today. Let's go see what some of the large caps look like. We got to look at this one. IBM. Now, this IBM, I wouldn't be short in IBM, folks, but this is a big failure, and this is a failure by 10 cents. Check this out. This is pretty wild, actually. Okay, so Big Blue, the high that was out there going back from April 6th was $210.69. Now, we did 15.6 million there. What we did this week is 17.7. So the way that sets up is that, guess what? It couldn't handle it. It'll come back first, and it will back down somewhere into the 196 area, but it very well could go test that one more time. Let's get to Richard in Massachusetts. Hey, Richard, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how you doing? Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for calling, man. Thanks for holding. I heard it's absolutely beautiful up there today.
It is. I've been out on the deck all afternoon. It's great.
Sweet,
beautiful
man.
Day.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What are we going to look at?
Ariana Pharmaceuticals, ARNA.
Let's take a look. So it's a biotech company developing receptor-based screening for CAR technology. The low is $1.25. The high is $13.50. They lose.
Yeah, what I did, I'm into this, Tom, and I doubled on it, and then I sold half my position, and I'm just keeping the other half.
Okay.
Keeping it long, yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Let me put this back. I'll put it back on a 3-year weekly. Okay, so what you have is this, is that you have, I like how the high looks, that's for sure. So you have an expansion coming off the bottom just in March from $1.70 to $14. You're pulling back with lighter volume. Well, you're at 860, and what can happen, Rich, there's no doubt, I mean, it can go try to test this $7 level.
Uh-huh.
As long as it's tested with lighter volume, it's all right. I mean, the first time it came back, I mean, that came back hard at 959 to 645, but that's a lot lighter volume. That's only 78 million going against 189.
Right.
Hey, you just stay right there. We'll be right back, all right?
Okay,
This
great.
time, O'Brien, it's just TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.